it over to Ryan so you guys can have a session. Enjoy.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris.
You got it.
Sandy, the best. Thank you for making time. Really appreciate it.
Sure. We're matching.
Yes. It's the Steve Jobs look. I like it. Very good. I'm not sure if you saw any of the last session, but Chris and I are D&B fanatics. Is Dave & Buster's a part of the Hawkins household? You guys go? Is that one of the things you guys do?
We're not there age-wise yet. I would say if it wasn't for the pandemic, we probably would have embraced it already. We're close.
Yeah.
I'd say we'll be there soon.
Oh, very cool. Well, I mean, age-wise, if not D&B, your kids must think you're super cool. And if you're heading up TikTok, are you like the coolest person in the family? You outpace everybody else?
Yeah, I mean, my daughter now thinks I have the coolest job ever. So that counts for something.
I think she's right. Even I think the grown-ups feel the same way. So very cool. Well, let's get right into it. And again, we're super excited to both be your partner and work with you guys tremendously over the last 4 years. And I'd love to talk about you specifically. Let's kick it off. So you came on in June of last year. I mean, everyone knows what happened in the work world, the regular world. What was it like? Not just the pandemic, but you guys you were already in massive growth and ramp stage. You only somehow doubled it since then. And what was it like coming onto a rocket ship?
I mean, that's what we all came over to TikTok for, is to be part of that rocket ship. I think what's so incredible about it is to see how the platform has really matured and the type of content that you see now. I think there's still this misconception out there that TikTok is for singing and dancing. And what I love personally about TikTok are all of the DIY that I get. So I mentioned I have a 9-year-old daughter who, just to be perfectly candid, does not have a TikTok account because it needs to be 13 plus, but we do co-view together. And so there's a lot of great science teachers on there and like math tricks, which I never would have found if it wasn't for TikTok. And there's so much other great content on the app as well. And I think that that's really what's accelerated the platform's growth over the past year and a half is just that diversity of content and how the community has really just leaned in.
The science talk is a real thing. Neil deGrasse Tyson is one of my favorite. It has become this. I was talking to Brandon about this. Besides being a joy platform, it's an informational platform. It's 20 to 60-second bits of information, or even less than that sometimes. That really does kind of lead into your passion. Is there a reason why DIY, and is that just something that your family is into, or you watch it on TV and now you watch it on TikTok?
No, it's interesting. So I'll joke. I consider DIY also, just so you know, cooking, because I'm not a chef at all. And so TikTok just makes everything look very easy. And even when it doesn't go well, you kind of are saying like, okay, I can do this too, because I'm not so good at it and it doesn't matter. I can still try to pull this off. So, I mean, we've made a ton of different TikTok recipes. Of course, the feta cheese, the feta pasta recipe, but I've also made the cloud bread and a bunch of other ones too. So it's been fun, I guess, joyful to find all like recipes that I can make and enjoy with my family.
Amazing. And actually, it's a great segue into the quote you gave when we first joined the company that I want to read out loud to the viewers and then ask you some questions. But it's a great quote. So basically, TikTok is a platform designed to inspire rich storytelling experiences. And for brands, this opens up a new window of opportunity to create content that includes them in cultural moments, inviting the community and encouraging their participation. How is your, first off, you've kind of painted a great picture there. How has that evolved? Because obviously that's when you first joined. Is it hit all those marks? Is it taken different tack? Has it gotten bigger? What do you think about it?
I think the first thing is that TikTok is different from every other platform, is that it's built on a content graph and it's built for discovery. And so what makes TikTok so special is that any type of content and anyone can be discovered on TikTok, and anyone can also be any brand, right? The algorithm is working to deliver content that's relevant to you. And so my For You page on TikTok is filled with dogs and science experiments and cooking. And some, I'll say I do like the dad jokes too. But it's different for everyone based off of what they like. And that's what's so incredible about the community that TikTok has created, is that all of those different elements are there for everybody who's on the platform. And when something ends up taking off on the platform, and I'd say like the most recent example, which is one, and I have to say, like I tried to buy it and then I could not get it, was the Peter Thomas Roth eye cream. I saw the TikTok on a Friday morning, and basically within an hour it was sold out everywhere. You couldn't find it. And I think that's really what the power of the community is people see something, they gravitate towards it, they watch it, they like it, they comment on it, and it gains, right? It gains more traction on the platform. And that's the discovery element of the content graph, which is as more different types of people engage with that content, more people are going to see it. And that's just the beauty of what TikTok is delivering.
I love it. Well, it's a philosophical question. So there's communities. So the For You page is to get, for us, individualized content. But there are trends that basically go across the communities.
Yes.
The zeitgeist is leveled up. Do you believe that the future, like almost the way that used to be trending topics on Twitter forever ago, that was kind of the way to do it. Now it's like you guys have your own trending pieces. Do you think the future is like every kind of major trend that's happening across multiple mediums is going to basically either originate or have a life of its own on TikTok, even if your community might not even actually be about that?
So, I mean, I think that communities are going to be the new demographic, and communities, just to be really clear, right? It could be like hashtag clean talk or book talk, right? They're people that share the same interests. And so I think there are going to be new types of communities that are created, not just on TikTok, but everywhere around similar interests, right? It's what, I'll call it, at least when I was, first a parent, right? It's the mom group, right? The local mom group. Now there can be a TikTok community that's, hashtag mom talk. You can find those communities elsewhere as well. But I think what it's doing is it's bringing people together. And that's the new community, right? Is bringing people together around similar interests or similar products.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's the first platform, and obviously I've been in the influencer world for the last decade, and it's the first platform that is both outwardly helping creators, but also the content. Really, if you're not using creators, that's the lifeblood of the UGC, everything happening. I guess talk about how the For You platform, the contextual advertising integrates with this, which has been around for a while, but really this new renaissance of creator content.
I mean, I think you hit it on the head, Ryan, which is, creators are really the lifeblood of TikTok. And just to be clear, right, creators are anyone, right? Creator could be you, it could be me, though probably not really me because I'm not that creative. That's what the power is that, I could sit in my kitchen and I could make my favorite dish. I could put it on TikTok and that could become the next big cooking sensation that's out there, right? We're both wearing black t-shirts. We could make a TikTok and just talk about our black t-shirts and everybody might want black t-shirts. That's what the power is of creators on the platform, right? It's I think of it as you're having an opportunity to showcase items that you love, items that you use, or just things that you like to do in a very authentic and real way. And that's why creators are so essential to TikTok, is it keeps that authenticity and that realness, because you have everyday people showcasing what they love.
I love that. And there's as a consumer, someone that spends hours and hours each week on TikTok, it gets me every time just to see all the creativity there. If I'm a brand, and a lot of brand marketers tuning in, they're always looking at, well, what is it that I can do as a brand marketer to tap into that, creativity and that joy? And I guess I know you guys have announced some great stuff at TikTok World. How can they best activate creators in your mind?
So I think with working with creators, you have to find the creators that I would say align with your brand or help to accentuate something around your brand. And so if you think of things that have worked well, so like some recent creator examples that I've really liked, there was one last week that was with Angry Reactions and Pizza Hut. And what was so great about it is, and I don't know if everyone on the phone knows Angry Reactions, but essentially he is a very large person, like a big presence person, I should say. And it looks like he's going to yell at you, except he's so positive. And so what Pizza Hut did is they leaned into that, and he basically was yelling about how amazing the pizza was. And you laughed, and I probably watched it like 3 or 4 times because I thought it was so great, because he's doing what he does, right? He's being himself, and Pizza Hut is allowing him to be himself with their brand. You know, another great example that I liked recently was with Jif, and they did a hashtag challenge, which is one of our products, with Ludacris. And so the challenge was to put a spoonful of peanut butter in your mouth and then rap, which is crazy. Because I mean, why would you ever want to do that? But it was so funny. And then I loved watching all of the different TikToks that went along with it, of people rapping with peanut butter in their mouth. And I think like that's why, right? It sounds, I mean, when you think about it and say it out loud, you kind of have to pause for a moment, but it works because it's real. Because I'm sure everybody's had that moment where like they've taken a bite of their peanut butter and jelly sandwich and somebody asks a question you can't answer. And here was a TikTok encouraging people to talk with their mouth full with peanut butter.
Amazing. I actually remember as a kid a Got Milk advertisement about that, about the idea of that. So like, yeah, those indelible moments of like, obviously that was a commercial, but to have someone that you find relatable, find funny, and then the fact that you guys then allow for that creativity to live in a specific product to the hashtag challenge. I mean, I don't know if you know the number on top. I assume that was billions of views. It reached probably the universe, right?
Yeah, I don't know exactly off the top of my head. I can follow up if anyone wants to know, but it was billions of views.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. So that's indelibly in a bunch of people's minds for the rest of their life, and that's it. And another example I love. Emily, I'll probably butcher her last name. Emily is a Zugay.
Yep.
Zugay, she's the revamping logos, a woman. And yeah, the deadpan nature of how she delivers. Like, actually, I saw the one, the Amazon one she did, which is called Amazon.
Yep.
And then I saw the actual reaction is the brands are now leaning in. They get the joke. Like the brands get the joke on TikTok. Other platforms, it's always kind of being kind of stuffy. Why is that? Why do they get the joke so much more on this platform?
I think it's just about the community. And I should just call out, Ryan, that Washington Post, NASCAR, Tampax, Tinder, Ocean Spray, McDonald's, NFL, Amazon, a lot, and TikTok, they changed their logos on TikTok because of it. And McDonald's actually changed theirs across all of their different social platforms. And I think it's because TikTok is really all about, you mentioned at the beginning, right? It's all about the joy and that you get as being part of the community. And we're also seeing more and more creators on the platform that are just making TikToks and asking brands just to comment, right? So there's this new, it's probably not new, but I think there's this brand as celebrity is really taking off on TikTok, where people want to interact with brands, right? Brands are personalities, and that's what's showing through on the platform. I don't know if you saw, there was a really funny TikToks between Target and Walmart. Did you see those at all?
Oh, I missed those.
So basically, a Target person, meaning like wearing Target clothing, an employee, stole a Walmart shopping cart and said that they were keeping it hostage. And then Walmart responded on their official TikTok, essentially putting a Walmart worker's uniform on top of a Target ball. And so then Target responded through their official account, included other brands, and did like a Power Ranger type of a team, basically showing like, and it was all of their different partners that they have in store. So they highlighted Starbucks and Ulta Beauty and Disney and Apple as like their team that's going to go after Walmart to get their ball back. I mean, it's incredible the fun that brands are having and the fun that the community is having.
I mean, it's brilliant. It elicits 80s movies where like you would steal the mascot and try to mess with those heads. I mean, it's brilliant. And it is, and you guys obviously have the 13 plus, but really it's the entire family. It's people that have seen movies and content. So many sounds I've seen like that are just throwbacks for things that I grew up with are now in there. So I mean, yeah, you guys have done a tremendous job. And I guess one of the things I was going to ask you, I'll ask you later, but it's a good segue now. What is it about your platform and sound? I mean, for years, YouTube, Instagram, they all had sound, but it seems like everything is driven by music or sounds, and then the redubbing or UGC of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny. I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I'm on TikTok all the time. But now when I drive in my car and I hear a song on the radio, I can picture the TikTok in my head. And I think that that speaks overall to the power of sound. And we've put out research that speaks that when you're using a sound or a sound that people recognize, that it helps to drive the recognition of whatever the product is or whatever the creator is doing. So I don't know, and I know we can't do a show of hands. Maybe we can just have people, comment in the Q&A or something. But I hear a sound and I immediately can think of what the TikTok was. And I think what's a great example is that sound is transcending off of TikTok and onto television. So I don't know if you saw the recent TV commercial for Burger King, where they use a sound that is very specific to TikTok. And I actually heard it on TV. I didn't see what it was. I heard it. I recognized that it was a sound from TikTok. And I immediately looked up at the television to see what it was and what TikTok they were doing. And that to me is the power of sound and the power that TikTok is having on culture and transcending off of the platform right now.
Yeah, the actual sound. Yeah, we spoke about last time. It's like the one where the explainer video. It's like now it's the song in my head for explainer videos. I use it internally to explain our own internal stuff we're doing with our company. Like how to explain things that are pretty complicated in like a short form version. So I don't want to prognosticate here, but I feel like if teachers haven't started doing it, teachers are going to start using it as like a lesson plan. Like I start like condensing down things into like 60-second TikToks.
Yeah, and again, like that speaks to, I think everybody's always thought that the attention span is getting shorter, and I think it just all depends on how you're communicating out the content. And so people are spending time, on TikTok, right? Almost a movie's worth of time because they're being entertained. So think of how much content they are consuming. And if you're able to deliver content, so going back to your comment on being a teacher, in short, entertaining ways, then people are going to pay attention to it.
Yeah. And I think it was last month. Congratulations. I think you guys actually beat out even YouTube in terms of amount of average time spent watching, even though it's all short form video, like the compilation together. Yep. I mean, yeah, for years, it seemed like it was impossible to compete with them, but that's tremendous.
I think it's what, when I speak of the power of TikTok is, I'll go back, right? It's the authenticity and the realness. And so when brands are thinking about how to show up on TikTok, it is leaning into that authenticity and into that realness. And so, right, what makes the content so compelling is that, again, you're seeing people succeed, you're seeing people fail, you're seeing everything in between. And all of that is entertaining if you're being real to who you are as a person or who you are as a brand.
I love that. The testing ground is very fertile. We run the NBA campaign where the smallest influencer had the most viral video. It didn't matter that their follower size. Also didn't matter that it was a sponsored ad. Just the fact that it was just a great moment. That's the resonate. People how they resonate with it. And kind of pursuant to that, you mentioned we talked about the Sound On platform. We did a campaign with McDonald's. It's on you guys' website with Bella Porch, who's amazing, who's like transcended into being a celebrity in real life. With her different cool videos. But yeah, that was based on a sound. It was like a tasty new beat by Ricky Desktop, and that became a thing that she basically edited or made into her own video. And then everyone else made one too. And yeah, I think it's just it almost goes back to the old jingle days. Like you can somehow like marry a jingle with like an image or a video, and it's just indelible.
Yep. Well, and you think about it, right? You're letting the community help with that jingle, right? And in this instance that you're talking about with McDonald's, you're letting Bella Porch have fun with it, right? And showing how in her way, because she has a very unique style and approach to everything that she does on the platform, you're letting her use that new McDonald's beat and do what she does. And that's what's so much different around what TikTok offers, right? Than other platforms is you're working with Bella Porch and you're letting her have fun with your brand versus saying to Bella Porch, right, this is what we want you to do and this is how we want you to do it. And that's, again, like coming back to the realness and the authenticity and the power of sound. You're bringing it all together.
And I love that because it's crowdsourcing content, crowdsourcing integrations. So let's get into the hard hitting questions.
All right.
So yes, you guys are in a tremendous place right now, massive growth. but I'm sure there's always a way to improve the platform to make it better and better. What's been the biggest feedback you've been getting? Is it the main focus is about enhancing brand safety? Is it cost effectiveness? Is it measurement? Like, what are the things you guys are looking at and hearing back from the market?
I mean, for us, we always want to basically create the most trusted environment for brands. And so we are focused on being, and I should say, on being the place where it is the safest, most transparent, and most accountable platform that's out there. And so that is our overall goal. And so we hear back from brands all the time of what we can continue to do as we aspire to do that and to do it. And so we announced in our TikTok world new brand safety partnerships, new viewability partnerships, and then we also announced on Tuesday our new community guidelines. So I think a lot of times what people lose sight of is that, and this is I always joke when I say, or like people think I'm kind of joking, but it's really true, is that brands worry about their brand safety. From a TikTok perspective, we worry about community safety, right? So it's not just about brand safety, it's about keeping people safe too. And so we launched our updated community guidelines report because we want to continue to be a leader and continue to show our progress towards taking proactive behavior against, right, hatefulness, bullying, harassment. We don't want that on the platform. And so we every quarter come out and showcase what we've pulled down and how we're working to continuously improve the safety for our community, which, by the way, is both people and brands, because if we're doing it for people, the brands are safe too.
I love that. Yeah, the first, so our platform, we're partnered with IBM Watson. All the sexy AI talk means nothing if you can't be brand safe. You can't have that level of safety. And a lot of our early campaigns were with automotive brands, which are extremely about brands. They're just very, very conservative, and checking for everything from online pieces like certain keywords or hate speech or profanity. Obviously the imagery and video pieces. So yeah, what you guys have done is it's kind of like the first checkbox. Almost like the doctors do no harm Hippocratic oath. Like right. That's the first step. Is you basically have allowed that. And yeah, I mean I think and maybe it's because of you guys are. I mean, I'd love to talk about this. Maybe it's because of your POV and what you guys have been doing. Most brands, I think, a couple of years back, were extremely afraid of the idea of a UGC platform. I remember even early days on Twitter, I see like a UGC kind of like contesting piece, and brands are like, I'm so deathly afraid of like what they might take it and go run with. On your guys' platform, it seems like brands are like, well, we're going to roll with the punches, and we're going to be part of the the community.
I think the other thing, Ryan, just to call out too, is just our advertising formats by design. Right? They are 100% share of voice. So they take up the full screen. You have to click into the comments. So that's a separate page that you actually have to take action to do. And so just overall as well, right? What we are providing to brands are brand safe formats on their surface without even talking about brand safety partnerships. And so it's one of the things, again, like we want to make sure we are going to be a leader in this space. We still have work to do. I think every company has work to do in this space in making sure everything is safe for brands and for people. And so that is really at the forefront of the way we think about everything.
I love it. Well, and that's like the part one for consumers and the brands. I'm a media nerd at heart. You come from you've been a staple in the industry for years. Measurement to me is that's what we pitch and talk about to our clients, saying all of this is part of the funnel, from the upper funnel fund to like the middle funnel, lower funnel. In terms of, I mean, just personally, I've watched the paid media and the measurement team evolve, and in the last 2 years, it's been night and day. You guys are now offering, I think, for the most part, what every other platform is, and obviously trying to go beyond that. Talk about the measurement piece and how important that is for you guys to focus on.
I mean, I'd say we're maturing as a platform. I think what a lot of people forget because of the size and the number of users that we have is that we've really been in the US for about 3 years. And if you think about how much we've accomplished in that short period of time, we constantly have work to do. From a measurement perspective, when I started a year and a half ago, we were just kicking off our measurement. Now, Ryan, thank you for the kind words. We have a full suite of measurement solutions that we bring to brands every single day. And so it is important for brands, right? They want to see how it's working, not just on platform, but how are we actually driving off right, off platform or in-store sales. And so we've really advanced our measurement to help brands find those, have those solutions on the platform.
And I love the idea of efficacy. Efficacy can be the full closed loop or foot traffic or sales, whatever it is. But it's also the efficacy of attention. How do you drive attention and viewability and stickiness? One thing I'd love to get your POV on. You talked about it the other way. You talked about how Burger King took one of your trends and put it on TV. What is your POV on brands that are coming on with like produced content versus creator content? Some of you guys are saying that you should do like a mix of it. Is it like one or the other? What's your POV?
I mean, I've seen some good. So there was a recent one for the new James Bond movie. I don't know if you saw the TikTok, but essentially what we have brands doing now is they might take a TV spot, but they'll cut it vertically. And so they'll make a vertical video that fits on TikTok that showcases the same things that you might see in the TV spot, but obviously it's cut much closer so that you're just having that experience. And so brands are using TV and translating it into TikToks, right? I think the key is that they're translating it into a vertical video. And so what they focused on was highlighting James Bond, right? And the key elements that you know of that are Bond related. And that's what was cut from the TV spot.
Entertainment, which creates entertainment properties create tremendous, trailers. I can see how that would be a tremendous example because in that scenario, everyone has an iconic love of that action and a highly produced content. I imagine that studio also put out some fun, kind of James Bond creator stuff as well. So yeah, I think for us, when we tell brands, as they say, there's no right way automatically. Normally, we see much better virality attention when it's using a influencer or creator's name and likeness and using a Spark ad and for one of your products. But yeah, I see a lot of Apple campaigns, a lot of things where you open up the app and you see a bunch of that kind of glossy content. Yeah, it sounds like there really is a place for all forms as long as it fits the formats. Yeah.
And what was interesting, Ryan, is also, with the Bond TikTok is one of their TikToks was, you had mentioned when you were doing the McDonald's, maybe it wasn't the McDonald's campaign, another campaign that you ran, which was one of the creators who had the least amount of followers. Actually, their TikTok had the most amount of views. And what's interesting is they did a red carpet TikTok that was not an ad. And it got so many views, they actually did turn it into a Spark ad. And so even though it was still an entertainment brand, right, they're still taking content that they've built that they were just posting to their, right to their business account. And it did so well that they decided to use it as a Spark ad. And so that, again, I think it speaks to, you want to just stay engaged with the community and keep them excited, keep them involved. And when you see something that works, then put it out there.
And I guess, do you see the future of, the line of celebrity and creator is so blurred right now. Do you think the future is that, I guess per community, like they become celebrities in themselves and they basically just become multi-platform, go to TV, go to streaming platforms? Like, what's your guys, POV on the creator economy and the creator kind of community you guys have built that they weren't on Instagram. These are brand new people that jumped in on this. So how do you guys foster that? And what do you think about them?
It's such a great question. Where do we think creators versus celebrities are going to go? I think at some point they intersect is probably really the answer, which is a celebrity is probably going to become more of a creator and a creator is going to become more of a celebrity. You look at people like, and I'm going to butcher his name, but Kabi Lame, I think is how you pronounce it. And he's never said a word. I don't know if you're familiar with his TikToks, but he shows TikToks of other people where they're doing something that's really easy to do, but they make a TikTok to show that it was hard. And then he does it the easy way and then just puts his hands out and goes like this.
Yeah.
And right. I think he's now the second most followed person on TikTok behind Charli D'Amelio, but in a much shorter time frame. And, is he a celebrity? I don't know if he walked into, my local coffee shop, would I recognize him? I don't know. But is he a celebrity on TikTok? Absolutely. Right. And so is that helping him to, to build a career off of the platform, absolutely. And I think that's where we kind of have to figure out, like, what is really celebrity mean? Like, he's absolutely recognizable on the platform anytime he puts something out there. It gets millions of views. And so he's a celebrity on TikTok. Does that mean he's not a celebrity because he's not a celebrity outside of TikTok? I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Prediction here. So we had asked by a reporter before around, do we think that there'll be TikTok stars in Super Bowl ads this year, kind of jumping the shark and becoming do you think that's going to happen? Do you think it's going to be the year where, like, maybe him or Charlie or those are going to pop up in a Pepsi ad or some random, Super Bowl ad?
So I'll maybe it's different than that, Ryan, because if the power of the platform is the sound in the community, wouldn't it be, I think it would be bigger if there's a TikTok as a Super Bowl ad, right? So similar to the Burger King ad, which used the sound and used the TikTok sort of question answer. I think that would be the moment, right? Are TikToks in ads?
Yeah. If it's literally indeterminate between the two platforms, that would essentially make it so that it's equivalent.
Yep.
No, I think that we have about 4 or 5 brands every year that we work with on the Super Bowl, and I will say that they've all asked about it. None of them have made the final choices yet, but I think I think we're going to see a TikTok dominated Super Bowl if I can.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's exciting times. Well, here, so let's talk about another kind of important topic. The TikTok made me buy it. So
Yep.
That community, that hashtag, that UGC. Tell everyone that doesn't know what that is, why that's something that is obviously a big part of the platform, and really what the future of the TikTok made me buy it concept is.
So TikTok made me buy it. First of all, I talked about the community and communities being new demographics. I think what's so incredible about TikTok made me buy it is I wish we could take credit for it, but we can't. It's something that the community came up with. They started using the hashtag when they would see TikToks and then they would buy it, and then they'd make TikToks of themselves with the products that they bought. And that TikTok made me buy it hashtag has over 6 billion video views. And so, I mean, it's crazy. So again, my daughter does not have her own TikTok account. She's 9, but we do watch TikTok together. And so she and I watch TikTok. We watch all of the TikToks that are sponsored or ads. And she is curating her Christmas list based off of things on TikTok. And so we have saved videos of things that Santa is going to buy her. So I don't know, maybe that's a new hashtag, Santa, TikTok made me buy it from Santa. I don't know what that would be. I'm not that creative. But it's incredible to see that, she's seeing it working. And then, I've bought the feta cheese to make the feta pasta. I mentioned before, I tried to buy the Peter Thomas Roth eye cream. I couldn't, it was sold out everywhere. But that's the power of the TikTok made me buy it. And then I would just add to that, Ryan, that it's also, it creates an urgent need that people need to buy it. So they see a creator using it, wearing it, and all of a sudden you need to use it too, or you need to buy it, right? Because maybe it's going to fit you as well as you see the person in the creator who's like doing splits or doing a cartwheel, because that's how comfortable the leggings are, or, whatever it is that it might be. That's the power of the hashtag, is like, you see somebody doing something and you're like, I do that too, I should get it.
And is that going to be obviously on like a platform level? Is that something you guys incorporate into your shopping functions? Obviously, that's something that you guys have kind of touched on briefly, but is that something where you think the next year is it the year of live? Is it a year of live shopping? What's the next year thing look like?
So we're definitely focused on commerce as a platform, and we launched a bunch of new features for our auction products that do incorporate shopping elements. So we have our TikTok shopping, TikTok storefronts, which live within the business accounts on the profile pages. We've introduced product links where you can link products to purchase right from the TikToks themselves. We have our collection ads, which also allow you to purchase right from TikTok and land on an H5 page. So there's a lot of different ways that we're trying to further collapse that purchase funnel of, you see it on TikTok, you can buy it from TikTok. And then I know you mentioned live, that's definitely, we are going to have more live on the platform. I would say that's sort of where everybody's saying, oh, great, there's going to be live. There are definitely steps that brands need to take before they're ready for live. But you will see more live commerce on the platform next year as well.
Yeah, we were just talking to Brandon from Dave & Buster's, and they've made a big bet on that as well. It depends on the brand. If the brand is about competition and capturing lights and fun, like, that makes sense. Yeah, if you have to be careful. If you're I don't know, maybe the Fords and GMCs will do some sort of like showcase of driving a car, but it's a very different kind of feel. I guess with the last 2 minutes left, you've been there for a month and a year and 4 months. What are you most proud of? What's been like after all that, like this whirlwind, what are you most proud of for being at TikTok?
I think we're changing people's perception of the platform. And I think it's the perception as we are an entertainment platform. We're driven by community. I love the fact that brands are leaning into the authenticity, right? We talked about Emily Zugay and her, deadpan delivery of logos that brands are embracing and using, right? And that's what I love so much, is that we are teaching people, we're teaching brands how to embrace, finding joy, being creative again, right? Being inspiring to the community. I think that's what I'm most proud of, is just how we've really we're taking a different look at things. And I just love that. And I would say it's paying off in the time spent and the number of people who continue to download TikTok and join our community.
Well said. And as someone that is both, obviously runs it, but also is a avid TikTok user, are you creating content? Is the family, I know they'll have their own account, but are you guys creating family content yet?
We do. My daughter and I do make TikToks. So I keep them on private mode, so they're only viewable for my friends, I guess, people who friend me or follow me. So I do keep my content, other than I do make TikToks of my dog every now and again. But we have so much fun with it. We use lots of branded effects.
Great. So you're both a creator and user of the platform. So thank you so much for taking time out of your day. You're very busy to give us some insights on the platform. Very sage advice. And my brother's here, which means we're getting kicked out.
No worries. Hey,
well,
Chris.
I had a question, but he stole it. But it actually gives me like a part B of the question.
All right.
Obviously, you're doing some of it. Internally, I could imagine, especially having young people at the company, do you guys have like creativity just going nuts? Like, is there all kinds of like stuff being sent inter office and people doing dances and all sorts of stuff like that?
We do. We share when people, I guess what happens, Chris, is that some people they don't want to share their TikToks with even just TikTok, even though they're up on TikTok. But we do, when people are brave enough, we do share them on our all hands.
Nice. Has anybody crossed over to influencer creator level from working with you guys?
We have people who are actually verified creators that work at TikTok that are on our client solutions team and our sales team, which is great because then they're able to give brands some insight into what works.
True experts. Love it. Well, thank you so much, Sandy. It was so great to have you on, and we look forward to working with you.